Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, surrounded by green meadows and gentle hills, there was a small toy shop at the corner of the main street. Inside that shop, rows of bright and colorful kites hung from the walls and the ceiling. Some kites were shaped like eagles with wings spread wide, some like dragons with long curling tails, and others were diamond-shaped with bold stripes of red, blue, and yellow. They looked grand, powerful, and proud as they swayed slightly in the warm breeze that entered through the shop's open window.
Among them, in the lowest corner of the shelf, lay a tiny red kite. Its frame was thin, its paper covering plain, and its little tail short and simple. While the big kites boasted about how high they could soar and how strong the winds they could conquer, the little red kite stayed quiet, often bowing its head as the others laughed at it. "You are far too small to fly high," they teased. "You will never touch the clouds like we can." Their mocking voices echoed day after day, and though the little kite tried to stay hopeful, deep inside it whispered to itself, "Maybe they are right, maybe I really am too tiny." One sunny afternoon, a cheerful young boy entered the shop with a sparkle in his eyes. His family was preparing for the kite festival that took place every spring, where children would gather in the meadows to race their kites against the wind. The boy searched through the rows of magnificent kites, and to everyone's surprise, he stopped at the shelf where the little red kite lay. He picked it up gently, brushed off the dust, and smiled warmly. "This one is perfect," he said, holding it close. The other kites chuckled among themselves. Why would he choose that weak little thing when we are so much bigger and stronger? But the boy didn't care. He saw something special in the little kite that others had overlooked. He paid the shopkeeper and carried the kite home with excitement, dreaming about the adventures they would share. The next morning, with the sky painted a bright blue and the fields covered in fresh daisies, the boy ran out to the meadow with his new red kite. The wind was steady, the sun was warm, and other children were already filling the sky with their huge, colorful kites. The boy gripped the string tightly, gave the little kite a hopeful look, and ran across the grass with all his energy. With new determination, the little kite braced itself as the boy gave it one more chance. The boy, too, believed in it. He smiled, tightened his grip on the string, and shouted, "You can do it." With all his might, he ran again across the meadow. The wind rushed around them, stronger than before, and this time the little red kite caught hold of it. The kite lifted off the ground, shaky at first, but steadier with each breath of wind. Higher and higher it climbed, tugging against the string with excitement. The boy's eyes widened in joy as he saw his small kite finally rising. The little kite felt stronger than ever, its tail fluttering proudly as it danced in the golden air. It soared above the daisies, then above the trees, and soon it was gliding among the clouds. The bigger kites, once so full of pride, now turned their eyes in surprise. They gasped in disbelief. "How is that possible? That little kite has risen higher than all of us." The little kite, glowing with happiness, looked down at them and said softly, "I just kept trying." From that day on, the little red kite became a symbol of hope and courage for the entire village. Parents told their children, "Do you see that kite? It teaches us that you don't have to be the biggest or the strongest to succeed. You just have to keep trying." And whenever the sky was filled with kites of every color and size, the little red kite always stood out, shining brightly as a reminder that dreams, no matter how small, can soar higher than anyone ever.